Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to another Wild Rift video, and in today's video I'll be playing Graves in the jungle. Now Graves got nerfed and it actually hit him really hard. I knew that this nerf was gonna destroy him, but he is still playable and he's actually good in certain games and with certain playstyles. The build has changed because it's not like full crit anymore. In the beginning part of the video I'm going to explain to you guys how to build Graves. There's timestamps in the description to skip to the gameplay immediately. So the number one thing that changed about the build is the Black Cleaver, but I'll get to that. So first of all, you still start with a Bloodthirster. This is just literally the perfect item on Graves. It constantly heals you up. Just go for it. Like every single game, first item, Bloodthirster. It like Baron Lane Graves, Jungle Graves, it doesn't matter. But in today's video, I'm gonna talk about Jungle Graves, so I'm also only gonna be addressing the build for Jungle Graves. After the Bloodthirster, make sure you get at least tier 1 boots. And the reason that I only have tier 1 boots here is because generally you're not gonna go for tier 2 boots quite yet on Jungle Graves. Like, just go for the Black Cleaver. Right after your tier 1 boots, go for the Black Cleaver and then you can decide which boots you need. Do you want Lifesteal? Boom, Glutinous Greaves. Do you want Anti-CC? Boom, Mercury Threads. I mean, of course you can get the Mercury Threads a little earlier on if the enemy has a lot of CC. Do you want Armor? Boom, Plated Steel Caps. That's kind of what you do, right? By the way, I quickly want to say something because there is another thing about this build that you can do. I've tried it and I liked it, but I still don't have it in my build, which is, let me tell you what it is. You can actually start with the Serrated Dirk and then go for the Bloodthirster and then go for the Black Cleaver and basically then go for your build. And then all the way as your last item, you're going to be finishing off the Edge of Night. So starting with a Serrated Dirk is basically going to give you a huge power spike in the early game. However, during the first dragon, you might struggle a little bit because you won't have a black Bloodthirster. So the thing is, if you start with a Serrated Dirk, you're kind of taking a risk. You're going for a high payoff in the early game because you get an insane early game with that because flat armor penetration is really good early game, but you're not going to get the Bloodthirster for the first dragon or Rift Herald or whatever. If you go for the Serrated Dirk first, however, very likely you're going to have to go for the Rift Herald because, as I said, you're not going to have an item finished. So, if you go for the Rift Herald, you're just going to feed yourself. It's like basically to accelerate your lead. If you go for the Serrated Dirk first and then the Bloodthirster, you go for the Rift Herald, you play a very selfish Graves early game, and then, second dragon, that's when you fight. So I just want to put that out there. You can also go for Serrated Dirk first, the finish Edge of Night is your last item. But now we're going to talk about the main build, which is this. So Black Cleaver second, third item Solari Charge Blade. Even though Crit Graves got nerfed, this is still the go-to item on Graves because you're constantly spamming your abilities. You're going to be fully utilizing that passive of the Solari Charge Blade, so you always want to build it. Fourth item, Mortal Reminder. You can go for Infinity Edge. If the enemy is very squishy, then you can decide to go for Infinity Edge, but as I said, you don't really want to opt for the full crit build anyways, because as I said, they nerfed crit, so going for 100% crit is kind of like playing into the nerfs, right? So you're generally much better off just going for a Mortal Reminder, and then as your last item, situational. Edge of Night, if you need it, if they have like a Darius or something to hook you, or a Blitzcrank, you can also go for With's End. If the enemy has a lot of magic damage, With's End is the absolute perfect item on Graves. You can go for Death's Dance. If the enemy doesn't have a lot of healing, that's when you can go for the Death's Dance. You cannot go for the Moth Mormortius because With's End is infinitely better. So keep that in mind. You have quite a lot of choices. You can also go for the Guardian Angel, by the way. If you need armor, Guardian Angel, right? That's how you decide it. For your enchantment, by the way, you want to get the Proto Belt, because this is going to give you another dash, basically the same story as Riven, yet another dash is going to be insanely powerful. You can go for Stasis if they have like hard CC, but generally Proto Belt is going to be the best. Quicksilver can be good if the enemy has like an Ashe, or like a Morgana with insane CC. Quicksilver is really good against that. So about the runes, Conqueror. I've tried Fleet Footwork, it's nice, but no, Conqueror is much better, You're not gonna need the Fleet Footwork anyways, because you're gonna be getting Bloodthirster first item, so you're constantly gonna be healing up. That's why you don't go for Fleet Footwork. Second rune, Brutal, because you always go Brutal in the jungle. Third rune is situational. Generally Hunter Titan, because you don't want to get perma CC'd. But you can actually also go for a bone plating if you're against like a Lee Sin, Kha'Zix, Rengar, because bone plating will actually block a lot of their damage in the early game. Or you can go for an adaptive carapace. If yet again, you know, this is really good in the early game to win that early game, because Graves might actually struggle in the early game after the nerfs. So 4th rune Mastermind, so you can take dragons and Rift Heralds and turrets really fast. For your spells, you go for Flash and Smite. So enough about the build, let's now get into gameplay. Alright, on to the gameplay. And so I'm gonna be honest with you guys, you know, I'm just gonna be 100% real with you. Graves kinda sucks, okay? And what I mean with Graves kinda sucks is that he'll only really work if you play him like super well, which I'm gonna try to teach you in today's video. But quick disclaimer, Graves is not the type of champion that you're gonna get good at fast. He's a pretty hard champion to play. And the reason is, like, his kit works completely differently from any other champion. His basic attacks are melee, and no, sorry, they are actually ranged. It's considered ranged, but they are melee. Quick tip, by the way, Starrick's Gauge doesn't work on Graves because he's a ranged champion, right? So keep that in mind. Oh, look at this, by the way. I was paying attention to where the enemy is, but now this is very important information as that you should always get as a jungler. I see Jarvan right there. What do? I quickly rush the blue buff, and I'm gonna fight for the Scuttler. Drafting tip as well, Graves is insanely good against Jarvan. Really, really good. Graves is also really good against Xin Zhao. So, you know, Graves, how do I tell you how to draft Graves? Because honestly, it's a bit hard to decide. Basically, if you can get close to the enemy easily, and if you can get close to the enemy easily and you can out-trade them easily, he is a good pick. Like here you can clearly see I am completely out-trading the Jarvan. Same will go against the Xin Zhao, by the way. Graves is also decent against Akali, especially because you can also counter Akali with a Wit's End if necessary. Graves is good against Jhin as well, because you can constantly dash towards the Jhin and he's not gonna do any damage to you. So, you know, there's those types of things that you can do. Here I'm just leaving the Scuttle Crab, because as you can see, I'm ganking the lane. Look at this. Perfect gank. Boom, boom. And with Graves, you can either go for the red smite or the blue smite, by the way. Let's take a look at this. Boom, 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 ult. And he dies. Let's go. So yeah, with Graves, you can either take the blue smite or the red smite. Generally, I would tell you to get the red smite, because the way that the red smite works is, by the way, I'm saying this because I've gotten a lot of comments in my videos when I play junglers, and you guys wanted me to explain which smite to take. So this is the first time that I'm actually doing it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Another thing, by the way, I'm doing 15 skin giveaway. Just put a comment under the video. Let's get over it. But yeah, with Graves, red smite more damage, because the way that red smite works is if you use the red smite on the enemy, in the next 5 seconds, you're going to be dealing 5% bonus damage to them. Blue smite is to slow them down and it's going to increase your speed. Against this enemy, I want to get the blue smite, because Jarvan has an escape, Akali has an escape, Jhin is insanely fast. So I want to be catching up to them. So I'm sacrificing damage in this game for mobility. As you saw, I was actually able to get that kill in the gank because of my blue smite, because I caught up with the Senna. So you have to decide, do I want the bonus movement speed and do I want to slow the enemy down? Boom, blue smite. Or do I just want more damage? Red smite. That's how you decide it, basically. I'm going for another gank, by the way. I'm looking for a potential gank, you know, I'm basically telling them to go in and bait the enemy. So let's take a look at what happens. Are they gonna do it? They are. So Ezreal went in, Nami with a beautiful ultimate. Oh my god, what an amazing Nami ultimate right there. And boom, we can rush the dragon. I'm telling them, come to the dragon real quick, we can do it. Jarvan is even fighting the Irelia. This is literally a free dragon. I'm not even using my sweeper because I can just rush down the dragon, as you can see. Akali is coming, but no one cares about the Akali. The only problem though is I do not have a smite. So if the Jarvan would have come, I would have just tried to secure it with my ultimate, but we were rushing it down, right? We were rushing it down before the Jarvan was even here. So yeah, that's why I wanted to rush it down with my team, right? So we could get it as fast as possible, because I didn't have a smite. Look at this, like Jarvan can literally not do anything against the Graves. Graves is such a good pick against the Jarvan. Oh, if you guys are enjoying the video, make sure you give it a like. It really helps the channel. So yeah, if you want to, you can do it. By the way, I want to say, So many new people joined for the coaching sessions, and I'm incredibly happy to do it because coaching is super fun to do. You know, it's really nice to see players improve so much after getting those coaching sessions. So thank you guys so much for joining it, right? It's something that I really love doing. If you're interested in the coaching, there's a Patreon link in the description, you know, if you want to go for it. If not, just watch the video. Oh, that sucks. I already got caught. So here you basically have two choices. You can either take a fight here. You can, like, I can either invade, which I am potentially looking to do, as you can see. Or I could have gone to the Rift Herald and tried to rush it. So I went for the invade. I even used my ultimate just to secure it. Like, is this worth it? Now that's the question. Yes or no? The answer is no. Even if I escaped, to be honest, wasting a flash for a blue buff, I mean, it's an okay trade, because I got the blue buff, but I died here, which is totally not worth it. But I'm talking about if I stole it and used my flash and went away, then perhaps it is worth it. Because of course, stealing that blue buff is really important. It's going to give you a lot of golden experience, and it's going to deny the Jarvan a lot of golden experience. Telling my team to go in, because maybe I can catch up to them and maybe we can fight. Even if they take the Rift Herald. So, like, look, they're probably going to take it. But even if they take it, it's okay. The reason that we're going is because we can fight. Look, this is why you go. They got the Rift Herald, whatever. But we still fight because we can easily win the fight. We're way stronger than them, as you can see. I can't really catch up to the Akali, so I'm just taking the blue buff, whatever. You know, I'm not even chasing her. Like, screw it. I don't need to chase Akali. Oh, quick tip when taking jungle with Graves. When you're taking the jungles that are, wait, let me show you. When you're taking this one and this one, try to hit the big one with basic attacks and use your first ability to hit everything else. Let's take a look at this gank, by the way. Boom, boom. You know, just very easy ganks. These are very, very, very easy ganks. But all you have to do is rotate correctly. Like, I clearly saw that Darius was overextending. It's true that Darius would win a 1 versus 1 against the Irelia. Oh, yeah, yet again, you know, my ultimate almost saved him. But it's clear that Darius would win a 1 versus 1. That's why Darius was stepping up, but I was there for the rescue. You can also use your sweeper so the enemy cannot see that you're coming. Because when you use the sweeper, wards are not going to reveal you. By the way, if you use a sweeper and you spot out a ward, as I said, enemies will not see you. But if you attack the ward while using a sweeper, they will see you. So you have to decide, do you want to clear out the enemy ward? Or do you just want to pass by unnoticed? So if you pass by unnoticed, of course you can gank. If you clear the ward, of course you've cleared a ward. Both situations are good, but you have to decide yourself which one is better, right? Do I want to clear the ward or do I just straight up want to go for the gank? My team is doing pretty well right now. I've played this game really well for my team. Like, as a jungler, I've really enabled my team. Like, look, try to attack the big guy right here. See that? Like, I was trying to avoid the small guy because my first ability can clear it out anyways. So, yeah. Here, I'm not going to use a sweeper because I already know she doesn't have any vision because I used the vision plant, of course. Dragon is up, Irelia top lane. These are all things that you need to pay attention to. Jarvan is in the bot lane. Jhin is at 1 HP. So what am I going to do? I'm potentially going to try to kill the Jhin. Let's see. Nah, I didn't go for it because he took the heal. That's why. Yeah. We can't deny them this dragon. Like, we can fight here. They're very low. I'm telling my Riven, come fight. Please, Riven. Like, I was picking my Riven to come. For some reason, Riven walked away. Like, look at this. Like, why did the Riven run away? Why? I don't understand. And now, of course, he takes all the kills. Yeah, now he dies as well. Like, come on, man. I don't get, I just seriously don't get that in solo queue that people just seem to not care about pings. Like, yesterday, let me tell you guys something. I got so tilted yesterday in a game. Like, so tilted. Let me tell you what happened. So I was playing Evelyn. I'm working on an Evelyn video, by the way. I was playing Evelyn. I had a Garen Baron lane. So I ganked the Garen. I got a kill. Like, I killed the enemy Baron laner, and I told the Garen, yo, let's push the turret. I pinged the turret like 20 times, because that's gonna really accelerate my lead. What did he do? He backported to go for the dragon, and told me that we shouldn't take the turret. So I decided to still try to push the turret on my own. I didn't get the turret. Enemy took the dragon. Enemy killed all of my teammates and the enemy took the Rift Herald. And I didn't even get the turret. Why are people so glued to these standards in game? It tilts me so much. Like the standard of you have to get dragon, otherwise you lose. Or like whatever the Riven was thinking. Riven was probably thinking, oh, it's a 2 versus 3. We cannot win. Yes, we can win. What do you mean we cannot win? We're Riven and Graves. Like people are just so glued to these things. And it really annoys me because especially in solo queue, if you know these things and your teammates do not know these things, you cannot play to your full potential. Because you're gonna, you know, like you're gonna have really good ideas, but you cannot execute on them because your teammates will not be able to follow those ideas. So it's really annoying like that. Like, look, now my teammates are following the ideas. Enemies take the Rift Herald. It's okay. Me and the Ezreal are taking all their taking bot lane turrets. We took 2 turrets, and I've cleared out their entire blue jungle. Is this worth? Yes, this is worth. Like, stop being glued to these standards. Stop always going for the same place. Stop always going for the dragon. Because no, it's not the best call in every game. Like when you're playing, when you have a kill or a Nasus, no, do not go for the dragon. You know, it's not always the right decision. Like, I just want to get this out there because it tilts me so much that so many players are just, they want to do the same thing every single game, and if you do not do that thing, they think you're trolling and they're gonna troll as well. Like, come on, come on. I'm telling him that I don't want to give it to him yet. So, yeah, he actually gave it to me. And I sent, you know, thank you. I didn't want to give it to him yet because I'm actually very ahead. I'm level 12 Graves. I have a blue buff and I want to have my red buff. I still want to use it to fight. So let's take a look. So we don't have to go for an all-in fight because Aurelia is in the Baron lane. So I'm just kind of, you know, I'm only looking for the right moment to fight. Only for the right moment, which is now. But in the beginning, when the Darius had full stacks, I was not looking to engage. But they actually screwed up. Now that's why I actually ended up going in at the end. Oh god, oh god. Nah. That's worth it because we can take an inhibitor turret. Can we or can we not? I don't know. But I killed him because like it's totally worth to trade off my death for the enemy Senna right now, because all of my teammates are alive except the Riven, so they can apply a lot of pressure on the enemy, right? They need to clear out their red jungle. I believe my Ezreal and Aurelia didn't even check whether or not the red buff was up. It would have been way better if they stole the red buff than the... I think they're called the Raptors. Why am I so bad at the names of the jungle camps? I actually don't know. For some reason, I never know the names of the jungle camps. Never. Well. Alright, so Baron is spawning, Dragon is spawning. You know, we can go for those objectives. Oh, wait, I think I'm gonna do an amazing play here. Was it in this video or not? I don't know, I don't think... Was it in this one? Yes, it was in this one. Look at this. Leave Dragon, come Baron. Yet again, these are the standards. The enemies are sticking to the standards that everyone does. I am not. Look at what I'm doing. I'm telling my team, leave the Dragon, come to Baron. Listen to your daddy, which is the jungler. Come to Baron, leave the Dragon, trust the jungler. I got a free Baron. Why? Because the enemy really wants to get the dragon, because getting dragons wins you games, right? Ooh wee, enemy team got the cloud dragon. Oh no, we lost the game. Of course we didn't lose the game. This is how you win the game. Not following these standards. Doing what the enemies do not expect you to do. That is how you win games, guys. And I know this is risky, but it's calculated. Because everyone was at the dragon. We had vision. I just told them, leave the dragon and come here. It was really amazing to see that my team actually followed up with me. Like, as I said, normally this never really happens. Normally there's always going to be one idiot that's going to be like, oh, jungler, so stupid. You didn't go for dragon. How can you be so bad? FF, jungle div, jungle div. No, these teammates actually helped me. For some weird reason, they actually did it. But yeah, it's good to see, I guess, that sometimes teammates are actually, you know, gonna listen to you and do the right thing. You know, they listen to me. Oh my god, this Darius killing all of us. Nice, and that's game. As you can see, what is the Cloud Dragon gonna do for the enemy? Obviously, Baron was the best decision here. Obviously, Baron was the decision, the game-winning decision right here. GG. Easy game. See that? Like, I want you guys to have this mindset as well when you're playing the game. Don't always do what everyone like. Don't always do what you. How do I say it? Like the standards. Don't always go for dragon. Don't always go for Rift Herald. No, try to push turrets. Try to invade jungles. Try to do something else, guys. So let's take a look at how much damage I did and everything like that. I got the MVP. Wow. I don't know how. Yeah, okay, I got the MVP because I got those objectives and I got a lot of kills and assists. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope that this video was a bit of a mind opener as well. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.